Great. So what is your role, Satoshi, for the USTA?
So I'm the head strength and conditioning coach at USTA Player Development. Here's the National Training Center in Orlando, Florida. We have players anywhere between 12 to 13 years old and all the way up to the pros who are playing in the ATP and WTA tours. Players coming in here, we provide strength and conditioning programs, and in any level, we have a camp situation. We can provide just a week programs to some players are based in Orlando, and they come here and then they have a year-round program with us.
Great. So how important is technology to you guys in terms of preventing injuries, improving and accelerating the rehab process? How important is it to you guys at the USTA?
Sure, yeah, no, technology is one of the tools we have for sure, and it's so many of it. So to be honest, we are trying to figure out what's the best fit for us right now, and we tried out different kind of technologies. But the biggest thing is that something makes our job, strength and conditioning, tennis coaches, athletic medicine, whatever your role is in National Training Center, makes our job easier and more efficient. And that's the tools we look for. And then what we are looking at from technology is that will somehow confirm what we are seeing in human eyes and experience. And also that will give us more like objective numbers, and so we coaches and players and us give us the better idea to understand what's going on, just not by the feeling of it.
Yeah.
So that's the two biggest things for us to use technologies.
Okay, great. So do you want to show us around and so we can see some of the technology that you guys use?
Sure, yeah. I mean, like I said, we don't have much of technologies going on here, but the two of the biggest things we can explain to it, it's hard to show you because everything is on the, not using it right now. But one is on-court system. Yeah. We use the radio frequency ID technology with Kinexon to track what's going on court. Yeah. It's been a couple of years now. We're getting to the point we finally getting a consistent data point from the system. So what we are looking for is from these data to find out what exactly going on in tennis court. How many distance they're running, high acceleration, high speed movement, change of direction. Those kind of data is available out there right now. Using those data points, we try to use that for more like educational purpose, coaching purpose for the coaches and players, so they understand what's their practice, what's actually happened on the tennis court, and is that close to the match play they are actually doing on the match play, and then we try to find out to the what they're doing here is sufficient enough or overdoing it, or are we planning out the volume and intensity accordingly. And so we can overreaching at some time or maybe not doing so much, and that again give us the somewhat on the numbers, by the numbers, to understand what's going on the tennis court.
Right.
Another thing is Kinexon on the install technologies. It's more for, we try to monitor asymmetries of tennis players, which we all know tennis players' bodies are asymmetric. Yeah. But how much they're actually getting it. And using those technologies and numbers, we can get the idea of, are they in the range of right and left difference?
Absolutely.
Or maybe prone to the injury, maybe not. Or we can identify, is that relates to their performance? They are moving forehand side, backhand side better than one side? Is that creating some issues, or they are creating more benefit to your body and the playing style? Those kind of things. And the last thing we can get from those data is something happened. We have a baseline idea of return to play. So let's say somebody got injured on the right foot, and we know the baseline data. We know the point they can going back to the performance, back to the pre-injury strength and stability on the right ring.
That makes sense. So do you want to give us a quick tour so we can see the facility?
Yeah, so here we started at kind of multi-purpose room in here. It's kind of separate from anything else.
Yep.
We do lots of assessment here, private session here, and just using as the breakout room to different needs for our players.
Yep.
We have office area, which we share with athletic training room, athletic medicine staff. We create that by design. We like to work side by side with athletic medicine teams, so we are always on the same page, and we have real-time communication between athletic performance, strength and conditioning, athletic medicine. I think that's very important for the high-performance environment like we are in.
Absolutely.
You might have a players in there.
And you got the fitness training room.
Here's in the weight room. We have pretty basic stuff. It's nothing special. It's free weights, a few machines, bands, basic cardiovascular equipment. What we try to do is try to make it a functional space, and it's very flexible and adaptable to any situation. High-performance tennis players, they are usually traveling around the world or the nation half the year, or maybe up to 30, 35 weeks a year.
Yeah.
What that means is they may not have access to the weight room. They may have to work out at the hotel weight room, or something you have with you in a tennis bag or equipment bag, like a bands and small weights and small medicine ball. So you have to be creative about the program design when we do in here. We try to do is exercise you can only do here, not going to work out for the rest of the year. So they can carry over what we are doing on the road training. So make it more simple. We have dumbbells, free weights, very simple equipment they can find anywhere, so they can continue their workout throughout the year.
Yep, and so if let's say I'm a professional tennis player, let's say Djokovic, and I want to train here, do I have access to the facility?
Well, so yeah, I mean, this is for the U.S. Tennis Federation's National Training Center, so we try to create the training center for the American players. But any international players, they want to train here, and that's gonna benefit for us and benefit for them. Of course, we're gonna make arrangement to the top players can come in here. And then we can help their training, and they can also help our players as well to practice with our players or talk to our players in any scale.
And so how many players you said do you see on average on a regular basis
now,
every week?
After the pandemics, we average about 10 to 20 players a week. Average, but the busiest time we had before was about usually 30 to 40 players a week. Anywhere between the camps to the players based in here.
Great. And I see here in your training facility, do you have any, or have you used any like force plates technologies?
No.
Okay. Or maybe you should. Okay. All right. So great. So I'm just going to take a quick video of the facility. So thank you for showing us around.
Again, the interesting thing about force plate is we've been thinking about that too, and then we would like to have it. And number one is financial reason we cannot have it right now, but that's why we went to the Plantiga technology as well, so we can get some sort of data from the ground. And force plate is great, but it's stationary, and then we can't do too much of the functional movement assessment on that. So
one thing I've heard about the Plantiga, because we work with teams that also use Plantiga, is that when they make change of directions, it's kind of hard to track that. So the Marco Nunez, who's the former athlete trainer for the Lakers, used them, and that's one of the reasons why. Because in basketball, it's
it is tough. So that's why we came down to the point of, okay, we can see the asymmetry on the simple testing assessment. and that's gonna benefit us.
Yeah.
Something like a change of directions and multiple change of direction to different more functional movement technology, or some real idea of the ground force.
Yeah.
We need to have some sort of the force platform type of technologies to get the idea from the device.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So.
Okay, great.
Yeah, but here's the outdoor area. We have a small turf area. We can do outdoor. We're fortunately in Florida in December right now. It's sunny outside. We can do most of the outdoor exercises here. We do lots of functional movement, dynamic warm-up to the plyometrics exercise. There's some different change of direction to movement pattern exercise in here as well.
Great. Well, it's a great facility, so.
Thank you.
And it's nice at this time of the year, because I know it gets pretty humid usually, so.
It is. The building out there, that's the lodge.
Yeah.
So it's L-shaped building right now. Unfortunately, it's closed due to COVID. We're hoping to reopen that in next year. But anywhere between age between 12, 13 years old to 18 years old, basically we can house all the junior players in here.
Yeah.
So they can stay in here, live together, they can eat, they have a study hall, and they train here, practice here, so everything in here. So we don't house anybody for throughout the year, like academy setting, but we have players in here a couple days, camps a week, 2 weeks, or maybe the players, they are old enough to playing professional tournaments a little bit. They would like to be in Orlando in this training center as a base.
Yeah.
They can stay in here when they're in Orlando, and then they go into the tournament, come back, or they go in tournament, going back home a little bit and come back here and then using this as a training base.
Yeah, and I'm sure, with the Australian Open Tennis coming up soon, I'm sure some of your players are picking this facility ahead of that, right?
Yeah, so we just finished our big training block before Australia and kind of off-season, pre-season training. Most of the players are leaving as we speak right now, going down to Australia and beginning their season.
Great.
We have 6 hard court outdoor here. These are deco turf surface, same as the US Open tennis court.
Yep, great facility.
We have a little sand beach volleyball court area.
Very nice.
Using for plyometrics exercise, some sand drill exercises.
Yep.
We have small open space, small hitting wall too. Of course, we have to have basketball hoop for the junior players, and then actually any players likes shooting hoops. So.
That's great. So what time do you usually get here in the morning? You usually come at 8 o'clock or?
Yes, our normal schedule is first training or warm-up starts about like 7:38, so I'm usually coming in for that. And players getting ready, getting some treatment, warm-up. Sometimes have a morning strength and conditioning sessions, a movement session before they're on court. And players going on court after that, usually 9 or 10, depends on the practice schedule. Hitting hour to 2 hours training in the morning, coming down in the weight room again. They do some sort of the mobility exercise or light cool down before lunch. Going to the lunch, come back, we basically repeat the same process, kind of re-warm up the body and practice about hour, 2 hours, sometimes a little bit longer. Depends on what kind of training they're doing that week and days. And coming into our facility, doing the strength and conditioning sessions and finishing up the day. So yeah, that's kind of normal program, normal schedule. We go starting 7:30, 8 a.m. and going all the way down to probably like 5 or 6 p.m. at night and finishing up the day.
Okay, great. I got a quick question on the, are you guys using any player tracking technology like play sites or any of those guys?
So all the campus has a play site technology, so you can see the live feeding of the players doing on court. And other than that, we use the heart rate monitor for the training.
Which one do you guys use?
We use Polar H10.
Of course, yeah.
Works out pretty well for our purpose right now, for what's going on the training. Are they doing the right amount of intensity training or not? We actually use a lot for the mental skill training purpose as well, as the mental skill coaches.
Oh, like for biofeedback purposes?
Yes, and then make sure the heart rate coming back quick enough, or the breathing technique or meditation technique, whatever they're doing is works out effectively or not.
Great, that makes sense.
Yeah. Other than that, we have just a simple questionnaires every morning. Players has to go on an app that's gonna ask you how you feel in the morning, how much you sleep, how did you eat yesterday, how's your workout yesterday, how's your training, how's court tennis going on yesterday. Again, we could probably get those information from some wearable technologies. That's definitely we can look into it. However, that's it's easiest way to do us right now, and being consistent, just looking at the players coming in a couple days to week base as well, and we don't see those players consistent basis, and so that's what we use the kind of technology.
Is it a proprietary technology, or do you work with a third-party company?
We have a threat management technology company, MS system, and they create the customized questionnaires to the management system for us.
I see. Okay, well that makes sense. And I see you've got some courts in clay over here.
So we have 6 red clay courts here. Not many facility in the U.S. have the red clay.
The clay one, because the red one, because like I live in New York and they've got some clay courts, but it's more like blue or green.
Yeah, that's a green sand, hard true. Green sand tennis clay courts. We have on the other side of the campus too.
I see.
That's the it's a lower maintenance and it's very popular in the U.S.
Okay.
Majority of the high performance, high level tennis tournament, especially in Europe, is red clay, and then of course French Open.
Yes.
And our coaches believe big time in red clay courts because of the pace of the play.
Yes.
You can learn how to move, how to play, how to construct the points and those kind of things.
Yeah.
So all the development training on the red clay, that's our philosophy. And if players are here, they can get on the red clay court. They get on the red clay court as much as possible because it's easier on your body as well.
Yes, of course.
So, this is actually Italian red clay straight from Italy.
I see.
That's actually fits the best for the Orlando climate.
It's better for the back too, right? I'm saying a quick surface, right? Hard surface. It's harder on the body and the back.
Right.
As opposed to clay, which is better for your.
That's how we feel and how we believe in. So yeah.
Okay, makes sense. You want to show us any other facility or any?
Yeah, we're gonna move on to the other side of this courts. We have a 100-meter track.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting. You got everything here then.
That's what we try to do in here.
Yep.
Everything we need is here in one place. Basically, one spot shopping.
Yep.
If you come here, you got training on any tennis court surface. You can get ready for any tournaments.
Yep.
You got all the training equipment. You can be your best condition possible as a player. Our performance teams cover everything. We have mental skill. We have athletic training. We have a nutrition. We have technology team, video analysis team, game. Match statistics. So we cover everything.
Yeah.
In here.
You got an airport here nearby too. I can hear it.
Yeah. The airport's right here, 10-15 minutes away.
Yeah.
International airport.
Which is nice. Yeah. For sure. Good location.
Yeah.
And how long have you been with the USTA?
I've been with the USTA almost 15 years now.
Wow, that's a long time.
So before we opened here, we're in Boca Raton, Florida, a little bit south from here.
Yes.
And That was our national training center.
Yep.
I started there. I was there about 8 years. Before that, we were in Key Biscayne, where the Miami Open used to play.
Yes.
So we kind of moving around, but this is the finally we have our own facility on our land.
Yep.
And designed from basically from the scratch. We have everything designed for the national training centers. What the player development needs.
Yep. So you got it's a good location. You got most of everything you need.
Yep.
And so and the weather is nice, right? So
weather is most of the time it's nice. Yes.
I tell you, I'm from New York, so in New York it's freezing right now. So I'm glad to be here at this moment.
Yeah, well, this is actually a little chilly side for us.
Yeah, I know.
We don't usually wear the jacket or the long sleeve.
Very true. So here you've got your tracks.
Yep. So we have 100-meter tracks end to end. For the tennis training, most of the time we don't need too much of the long distance. Most of the training is done by the acceleration.
Yes.
So this is a long enough track we need.
Yep.
And we do have more like aerobic capacity type of training on interval base. Like we can run 100 meter, 200 meter, 300 meter. Just you have to make a ton.
Yep.
But it does the job for our purpose on the training.
That makes sense. Let me just take a quick look here. Yeah, it's a short distance, but I think that's what you need. You don't need more than that.
Exactly.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So this is about everything on the National Training Center side of the facility.
So anybody who wants to come and train here, who's the best person to talk to? Is that you?
No, you probably have to talk with the general manager of the player development, Martin Brackman, or one of our national coaching staff. They'll basically tell you yes or no.
Okay, great. Well, look, thank you very much for hosting us today.
For sure. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.